Well, that music actually ended so perfectly. um, hey, I'm Queen Jutes, another stranger on the internet, here for a super late night stream. I'm just trying this out for the first time. Um, I love playing video games, and another thing that I kind of like to do is make character voices. And I am in no way, shape, or form good enough to do it professionally, but I do it for fun. I'm DMing Tomb of Annihilation, and it's been a lot of fun choosing all these different voices for my characters or for my NPCs. So I figured, why not stream myself playing a game, a visual novel, and doing some character voices. So if you happen to stumble across this stream, thank you. Let's just start the game, I guess. My name is Jutes. I live in the city of let's just say LA. I am not from LA, but I also would rather not release what city I live in. I mean, these are the pronouns that I usually use. 2 traits. Strong, athletic, pinnacle of fitness, can shotgun a root beer in 3 seconds. Absolutely not me. Strange and unusual? Check. You see the threads of reality in a way others cannot. Street smart. Smells BS, also good at BS. No door can hold you. Hot. Attractive, charming, people want to either be with you or be you. Book smart. You know a lot of fun facts. Research is your favorite activity, and you are a straight A student. I don't know that many fun facts, but I'd say book smart definitely would be me. I kind of just want to pick up. I'm not saying that I'm hot, but it'd be fun to imagine. Let's try it. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. Which, I didn't introduce the game, but this game is called Scarlet Hollow. Stranger. So, anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what? That's definitely my reaction to this. Pushing joggers into the harbor? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, telling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad, though, not just playing. But she kept swinging, and as she was getting closer and closer to the edge, so soon enough, she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh. But we fished her out and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though, about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real. And jeez, you ever just get so mad you just, like, wanna kill somebody? I mean, it's the option given for the trait that I chose. I just gotta play this up. I hope you can hear my hair flip as I'm doing this. Nobody's ever broken up with me. Nobody's ever broken up with me, so I can't really relate. Yeah, to someone like you, I must sound a little unhinged. But if anyone ever does try to break your heart, you might be surprised by what it does to you. It'll make you think things you never thought you would. Sorry, I just got distracted by his shirt for a second. It just says, I want, yeah? With a guy just on the floor, or maybe it's a table. Anyway, I honestly could have killed that woman. Oh my god. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just end up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Oh my god. So, I'm... Okay, so not to be mean or anything, but this is high-key me. I'm a psychology major. I know that it doesn't mean that much. It just meant that I overpaid for an education. But, maybe it would help if you talked with someone about those feelings. Someone professional? Someone who could diagnose you with a personality disorder. Because it sounds to me like you at least have a touch of ASPD. That's antisocial personality disorder. Oh my god. I sound like such a... Oh, like a... You know, the idiot savant cliche. That's hella me. I would never actually say this to someone in person, but, you know, you gotta pick the choices for the traits that you're given. Otherwise, what's the point of picking those traits in the first place? You can't help but feel a little smug after giving him your diagnosis. Yeah, you sound a little smug. Dang. Nah, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. But strangers are the best therapists. I feel a lot better after talking to you. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. Don't give your personal information to strangers. I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Oh, come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards round here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. There we go. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. I don't want to be any meaner to this guy than I already have been, but I'm not taking those soggy peanuts. You put your hand up to say no. I'm not really hungry. There's still a good 45 minutes left on your journey, pal, assuming nothing goes wrong. Best to have them on hand. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. Oh, God. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, you're alone, though the stranger's peanuts remain on his seat. Now that he's gone, you don't see any need to take his soggy leftovers. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. I don't know why I gave him like the slightest of British accents there. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though, for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as the bus pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Jutes. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Yeah, her mom just died. I think that's probably, the polite thing to do. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great. Thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explorer can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Yes, multiple endings. Well, we'll start from the top. How you holding up? Fine. Oh my god. Why is Booksmart also just like... excuse my language, but also just like total asshole? But I am the one that picked this trait, so I guess I'm going to have to live with it. Bottling your grief isn't a healthy coping strategy. I'm not bottling anything. I'm just more emotionally mature than you. Tabitha stares straight ahead, her expression tense and icy. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Yeah, that's kind of the reaction I expected. Your cousin turns to stare at you, an icy hatred in her eyes. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. So, the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Tabitha stares straight ahead. Have we ever actually met before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? Yep. You have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. Is there bad blood between us? All I know is my mom left and she was mad at this side of the family, but I don't know much besides that. Your cousin stares ahead, her expression icy. God, she probably hates me already. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet estate, the old family homestead. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to dingy apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning underneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it, perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards. Ooh. As the house itself sways in the wind. Oh man, that little screaming wind sound gave me chills. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Oh. At least there's one good option for Booksmart so far. The architecture here is breathtaking. Gothic revival reminiscent of Andrew Jackson Downing, if I'm not mistaken. Did you know he died in a boat fire? It seems like the sort of death that wouldn't happen very often. Color me marginally surprised. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. The estate was the prized jewel of this region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture, even now. Shall we take our tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. I do love... I don't eat that much PB&J, but... Awesome! I love PB&J. How did you know it's one of my favorites? Oh god, that smile. I can't be real. That's so scary. My heart froze for a second. Ugh, I don't like looking at that. I didn't, but good for you. Oh, please remove that smile. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Yeah. Sweet. Thanks. Cool. Good talk. Let's be nicer to Tabitha. This is so nice. It's much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is. Thank you. Alright. What's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. Great. It's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Oh, kitty. Well, okay, look. As much as I love cats, don't pet people's animals without their permission, okay? Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. I also have a cat, and he definitely lets you know when he wants to be petted. I'm gonna leave the cat be. You know, owners know their cats best. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to not have fallen through the floors. To have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. Oh my god. I don't like this sound of fly moving between my headset. It is a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Who exactly uses this bathroom? That was my question. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Guest. Are you sure this toilet works? Yes. Why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now, do your business so we can move on. But it's so crusty. It's fine. Don't be so dramatic. Oh, no. You lift the toilet, bugs skitter from the bowl. I'm good. You aren't desperate enough for this. You know, on second thought, I don't need to go. You might as well try since we're here. No, I'm good. I'm good. You leave the bathroom to rejoin your cousin and finish the tour. You still have to go, but it can wait until later. Maybe you'll sneak out to the garden. What? You're just gonna drop your pants in the garden? Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. Yeah, who did used to sleep here? One. This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here, and now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. It seems a little dusty. You spend a moment searching for the right word. Dusty. Wow. Sorry I'm not giving you the 5-star hotel treatment you so desperately seem to need. You can dust it yourself if you care so much. Okay, I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. don't expect to see much of me. Some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Yes, that is usually how visual novels work. Well, Is there a library I could check out here? I couldn't fit too many books in my bag, and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off limits. And the library is in the West Wing, which is extra off limits. You're better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. Hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You seem kind of upset. I'm fine. I just need to get back to work. Wait, excuse me. Wait, where are you going? To work? Somebody has to pay the bills around here. And what kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Oh my god, hashtag girl boss. Oh my god, I'm not gonna do that to her. I didn't know we... well, technically we don't own it. She owns it. But I do want to know more about where this coal mine came from. I didn't know we owned a coal mine. Exactly. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your mother forfeited any claim to it years ago. Okay. Good for you. I mean, can I come watch? What? No, the mine is dangerous and running it is difficult. I can't babysit you and do my job. I'm so tempted. But no. Really good for you. It sounds pretty impressive and exciting. Good for you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as boring or exciting in the same way I don't think of cleaning a toilet or painting a wall as either of those things. It's a task. Well, it is kind of sad. Don't you ever think about things you could be doing with your life that might give you a better sense of purpose than running a coal mine? Okay, well, but when she puts it that way, some of us don't have that luxury of choice, Jutes. Some of us had to stick around to keep the family business from crumbling, to keep this town from crumbling. Some of us had to temper our expectations for how our lives were going to go. There's a simple satisfaction to getting a task done, and that's all I need. Do whatever it is you want to do while I'm gone. Just don't do anything dumb or dangerous, not while I'm responsible for you. Can you take me into town before you leave? No, it's just down the hill. You can walk there yourself. Okay, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door, and now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. See, I feel like this might get me killed. Let's head into town. With your cousin gone, there's nothing for you to really do here. You drop your bags off in your room and head out to explore the town. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of that tension. Though, maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The hauler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Hello, doggy. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers. Oh, I haven't seen you around here before. The young woman is noticeably flustered by your appearance. It's a phenomenon that you, as a hot, are all too familiar with. Okay, ma'am. Sure. Sorry about Gretchen. She can be very slippery when she wants to be. I hope she didn't scare you. Tell me more about this wonderful creature. I am in love with this dog and wish to know everything there is to know about her. Look at those eyes. Gladly. Her favorite food is Cheese Whiz, her favorite toy is an old sock I sewed to look like a squirrel, and her favorite show is Murder, She Wrote. Sometimes I leave it on in the background while I'm working to give her something to do. She'll actually sit in her little bed and watch it, like an old lady with her programs. How'd you two meet? That's so cute! How'd you first meet her? My mom was a vet, and she used to visit the regional animal shelter on weekends to do checkups. When I was real young, I'd go with her to volunteer, which really meant I'd do a little bit of manual labor, then play with the dogs for the rest of the day. One weekend, believe it or not, someone dropped off this little 1-year-old pug that had outgrown its cute puppy stage. When I went to clean her kennel, she looked up with me with those big, watery, nervous eyes, wagging her entire butt and whimpering like no one had ever loved her before. I could not fall head over heels, you know? My parents were rugged mountain folk, so they weren't big on toy breeds, and at first they refused to even consider adopting poor Gretchen. But I kept visiting every week, and soon enough they caved in and let me take her home. My dad still wasn't too keen on her at first, but soon enough he was taking her out on the trails like she was a hound dog. Sorry for talking your ear off, but I can't help it. I could prattle on about Gretchen for hours. But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of cool folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Oh, I need to retrieve a cat who is meowing outside my door. Come on, come in. Well, it's probably time for me to introduce myself as well. Hi, I'm Jutes. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of that would come... Excuse me? That would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all holed up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so... bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. I am worried about her too. She's always been a little rough around the edges, but I figured she'd probably be having a rough go of things. She and her mom were really close. Do you think she's been holed up in that old mansion all by herself? It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. How... Are you two friends? I was probably closer to her than most people have gotten to be. I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's a Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer's Night... When we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up in the end. But then she graduated and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Hell yeah, I'm gonna follow her. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Jutes, just in town for the funeral. Nice to meet y'all. The one behind the counter beams back at you. Hello. Hello. There, and welcome to the holler. You just let us know if you need anything, okay? You nod politely, giving a small wave as you and Stella slide into the nearest booth. Looks like you'll probably be the talk of the town for a while. It's not often that folks around here meet many strangers. And with who you're related to. Well, folks love their gossip, you know? Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. Can I have some sugar? Already taken care of. I know you like your coffee drowned in cream and sugar. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Anything for you, darling? Mm. How much is the coffee? $1, but that gets you unlimited refills. Sweet. sweet. I'll have a cup. Thanks. And could you throw in a biscuit too? I hear they're really good. Best in the country. Best in the county. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyways, the funeral's not until Sunday, right? That gives you a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is the potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. A non-religious community in the rural south? That's gotta be unusual. I know. We must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty of God-fearing people in town. They just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Well, the building's fine, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. You'll get it. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? You mentioned a library. I'll probably spend most of my week there. How's their selection? Oh, it's great. I spend a lot of time there myself. In fact, I was working in the library most of the morning. I actually ran into you just as I was leaving. Oscar does a great job stocking the place. Once he gets to know you, he'll compile these big lists of books he thinks you'll like, and he's always right. You might as well label the sections by townsperson. For me, it's a bunch of books on cryptids and weird supernatural stuff. He manages to track down some really rare sources. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winnie says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, it looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. And I need to let someone out now. I can reach it. Go ahead. Whoa. This is a really good biscuit. Wow. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not gonna go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm gonna do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. I mean, as someone who is streaming right now, what kind of videos do you do? Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, Jutes. It's amazing. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but, you know, the controversial one. Oh, yeah. The Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the outing at that time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So, the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. No, I'm not going to be a book smart jerk for this one. She's so nice. And I would like to believe that there are cryptids out there. That is an honest to goodness cryptid right there. No way that's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia, but that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. My comment section went nuts for this footage, and from there it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had some actual experts weighing in. It was a really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Oh, that's Avery's voice. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? I would love to. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait. No spoilers. Oops. Sorry, Avery. It's okay. I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after the skunk ape. Huh. Doesn't skunk ape live in Florida? Oh. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, you know your stuff, don't you? I knew you'd make a great partner. It mostly lives in Florida, but there have been sightings as far north as Virginia. While I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug of war with their dog. And, as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth it investigating. So, what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more, I am in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. Oh my god. Makes me think of high school film club broadcasting. High-key me. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together? Though, I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? It feels like it's been forever. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse lately. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, and you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. Oh my god. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. She's so cute. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Yeah, we're going to leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Oh, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner, with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel... Yeah, I mean, personally, when I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, I like to take buses and go to weird places and have extremely random experiences. You feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you almost feels magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record. Since last year, at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air, see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house, getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all's said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there actually are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves, I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons, I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because if they really are out there, jeez, a lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids. You don't see me hunting aliens out there because we know they're real. Hell yeah. Aliens exist. I do believe aliens exist, but I definitely don't think they visited Earth. The chance that anything beyond a single-celled organism exists anywhere close enough to realistically travel to Earth? Okay, no, that isn't the choice that I should have picked. I feel like there's at least been some tangential contact, possibly. Oh my god. This is literally my D&D character right now. I have to use her voice for this line. Combined with the even smaller chance of those life forms existing at the same time as us, combined with the even smaller chance that those organisms have invented and perfected space travel to the extent that they can casually visit other worlds, those chances are low. Let me just say that much. Excuse huskies. I'm sorry, I know that voice is terribly annoying, but you know, I have D&D tomorrow night. I gotta practice my voice. Low, but not zero. You know? That's true. Anyway, agree to disagree, but I've heard some neat stories. I know somebody who heard a story from this trucker in Fayetteville. His truck stopped in the middle of the road, just shut down completely, even though he had a full tank of gas. And suddenly it looked like daylight outside. You could see cows out in the fields, birds in the sky. Then this metallic, egg thing appeared, floating in front of his truck. Do birds fly at night? Is that BS I hear? Well, I'm not street smart, so I guess I wouldn't hear it anyway. He passed out, and when he woke up, he was missing one of his pinkies. It was like it had never even been there. It was just smooth skin where a pinky should be. Ooh. I know it's a secondhand source, but there's plenty more like it, and if they are true... Alright. Maybe I could come around on this. Huh, that's pretty interesting. I'm sorry, I need to stop reading the choices before I click on them. That's pretty interesting. Maybe I could come around on this eventually, if there's more proof. Oh, do I ever have more proof. Once we're back in civilization, I have a stockpile of videos and interviews that'll blow your mind. Are you really expecting to find anything? What are the chances we'll actually run into a skunk ape in just one night of filming? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. If she has to think about it, I feel like the answer might be a yes. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though, I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats are actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain, so it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was a time I accidentally stumbled onto Old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in these woods? Other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. I have never seen a video of a deer eating a baby bird? That's nasty. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5 foot deep, 30 foot wide pile of old cans and bottles with assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better be up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Did you hear that? Ooh. Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping at nothing, girl. Phew, sorry for being jumpy, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie. Just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk Ape? Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't. Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Now, both of y'all head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter, and wouldn't be too appreciative if a couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damned camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listen to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night, yelling about chunkabunkas or whatever have you. Chunkabunga. Gretchen's a chunkabunga. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. I'm sorry to hear that. But, I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damned mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. Couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man. Mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. And even those were iffy. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube saying some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. But we were here first. We totally called dibs on the woods tonight, didn't we, Stella? Oh? Have you been out here since 10 a.m.? I sure have. I've been tracking that mountain lion all over these hills, and I'd appreciate it if I didn't have y'all two hooligans to worry about once night falls. But I've gotta film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty tomorrow morning. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all you can eat sign on it. Oh. Might as well have a big all you can eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens? I couldn't take it if I lost any more of those poor little ladies. Okay, at this point, I've said all I could. Fine, I see you won't be moved and I respect that. Come on, Jutes, let's go back to town. Maybe my viewers won't be too angry with me. About time. Have a nice night, y'all. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll get us around him. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from old Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. Okay, and I didn't realize that just talking like this for such a long amount of time would make my throat feel so terribly sore, but I'm going to save right there, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if my laptop was even able to take on. Huh? Oof. Yeah, I don't know if my laptop was even able to take on live encoding, but we'll see how it goes. Later.